Every country in the world is in debt. The United States alone owes over $38 trillion, the most it's ever owed. The European Union is sitting on around $14 trillion. Japan? Almost $9 trillion. Even countries you'd expect to be swimming in cash. Oil-rich Saudi Arabia, export powerhouses like Germany and China. They're all in debt too. So naturally, one question comes up. If everyone owes money, who are we all paying? This is where things get interesting. Because once you dig into it, you realize nothing about debt works the way we're told it does. Debt isn't just a problem. It's actually how the modern world is built. Wars, crises, economic booms, collapses. All of them sit on top of this financial system most people never see. And if you follow the money long enough, you hit a strange conclusion. The world isn't really in debt to one country. It's in debt to itself. That doesn't mean everyone benefits equally. Not even close. Right now, global debt is over $315 trillion, almost 3 times the size of the entire world economy. To understand how we got here, we need to rewind way back. Long before credit cards or online banking, national debt was born in war. In 1694, England was fighting France and running out of gold, so the government did something new. It borrowed money from merchants and promised to pay them interest using future taxes. To manage this deal, they created the Bank of England. That moment changed everything. For the first time, a government could spend money it didn't actually have yet. And lenders got something powerful in return. A government promise that could be bought and sold. That promise became the government bond, and that bond became the foundation of modern finance. Other countries copied the idea. France, the Netherlands. The United States used it to fund its revolution and later its expansion. Debt stopped being a sign of failure. It became a sign of strength. If you could borrow, you could rule. Empires used to conquer land to take gold. Now they issue bonds to earn interest. The battlefield moved from land to balance sheets. Fast forward to today, and debt is everywhere. The U.S. owes $38 trillion. Japan owes more than $9 trillion. Globally, debt grows by about $1 trillion every few months. Every country borrows, every bank lends, and every person, through taxes, savings, or pensions, is part of it. So who actually holds the debt? Let's take the U.S. as an example. About half of America's debt is owned by investors, and most of those investors are Americans, banks, pension funds, insurance companies, and even the Federal Reserve itself. Roughly 1/3 is owned by other countries. Japan holds the most. China comes next. So yes, the U.S. owes money to China. But it's only a small slice of the total. Most of America's debt is owed to America. The government issues bonds. Institutions buy them. The Fed buys many of them back by creating new money. Taxes pay the interest, which flows right back into retirement funds. It's a loop, and this isn't just an American thing. It's global. Countries lend to each other in circles. Everyone holds everyone else's promises. It's like a table where everyone borrowed chips from the next person, and nobody can stand up without collapsing the game. And then there's the most powerful layer of all, the markets. Behind every bond are massive institutions deciding who gets cheap credit and who doesn't. When markets lose confidence, currencies crash, governments fall, and economies can unravel fast. Democracy chooses leaders. Markets decide survival. At the center of all this are central banks. They don't just manage debt, they create it. When a central bank buys government bonds, it creates money. One side's debt becomes another side's asset. That's why there's no such thing as debt-free money. Every dollar exists because someone somewhere owes it. For decades, this system has worked on trust. As long as people believe governments will keep paying interest, even if they never pay everything back, the system keeps going. And here's the part that most people miss. Governments aren't trying to pay off their debt. Not now, not ever. They roll it over. Old debt gets replaced with new debt. Interest is what really matters. That's not a secret. That's how the system is designed. Government bonds are considered the safest asset in the world. Banks depend on them. Pension funds depend on them. Markets depend on them. If governments actually paid all their debt, the system would break, so they don't. They keep issuing more, carefully, steadily, like a heartbeat. That's why talk of eliminating national debt sounds good, but isn't realistic. The real goal is to keep debt believable, because once trust is gone, nothing works. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Interest flows upward from workers and taxpayers to institutions and investors. Debt isn't just a transfer between countries, it's a transfee. It's a transfer between classes. That's why inequality grows alongside global debt. No villains, no heroes, just a system we're all inside, and the real risk isn't debt itself. It's what happens when the promises stop working. Because when that moment comes, the question, who do we owe, suddenly becomes very personal. If this made you see things differently, follow along. History has answers. You just have to know where to look.